Hello, Precalculus class. This is Mr. Gonzalez talking. Um, so, we are going to start a new unit, the last unit of Precalculus on Khan Academy. We covered already complex numbers, so we talked about imaginary numbers way back when. We've covered polynomials. That's when we did like that long division stuff. We've talked about composite functions. That's when we had like f of g of x and things like that. Um, we covered that. We covered trigonometry, or at least the trigonometry that Khan Academy uh, covers, and we even did a little bit extra. Remember the unit circle where we did sine, cosine, and tangent, and we used that circle here. Let me maybe remind you guys what that looks like. Um, just a quick little review. So it looks like this. Remember that we used this and we took tests with this tool. So that's all trigonometry. We just finished vectors. We've gone over matrices right before the quarantine. You guys took the assessment on matrices. Our new unit is going to be series. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But we covered conic sections this year. Remember that you guys created a project on creating your own character using ellipses, using parabolas and hyperbolas, things like that. We have not covered probability and combinatorics. It's possible that we might get to that. It's not a huge priority, but we are going to talk about series, okay? And the first type of series we're going to talk about are arithmetic of sequences. Okay, first the thing I want to mention is a series, you'll notice quickly, is just a list of numbers. Okay, so let me show you here. So like all these lists here, these are sequences, sorry. These are sequences, and a series is when we add up all the numbers in a sequence. Okay, so a sequence is a list of numbers. A series, we add up some of the numbers in that list. Okay, but we're going to be talking about arithmetic sequences, arithmetic lists. An arithmetic sequence just means that they're either adding the same number each time or they're subtracting the same number each time. Okay. There's another type of sequence called the geometric sequence. Oh, here they are. A geometric sequence, instead of adding or subtracting, instead of the pattern being adding or subtracting, they're multiplying or dividing. Okay, so that's a quick crash course. So geometric sequences are lists of numbers where they multiply or divide each time, and arithmetic sequences are lists of numbers where they add or subtract the same number each time. Okay, now your first assignment is to create the recursive formulas for these arithmetic sequences, for these lists of numbers that have a pattern where you're adding the same thing each time. You can stop this video and maybe try and guess how much is being added here. I'll give you 3 seconds. Okay, you might have noticed that they're adding 18 each time. Okay, now I know that this looks fancy. Usually I would have you guys write all of this notation out, but for this is what we call the recursive formula. So it looks something like this. So we have a letter representing the sequence, the list. In this case, this list is called B. And in here, this number is the term number. So B of 1, they're asking here, what is the first term of the sequence? If I look at my list, at my sequence, I can see my first term is 4. So I'm going to write 4 in here. Okay, and again, usually I would have you guys write this whole thing. B of 1 is 4. The first term of the sequence B is 4. Now, I know this down here looks intimidating. There's a lot of letters going on. But here, all this is saying is to get any term n, so to get any of these guys, what you have to do is you have to get, now this is just a fancy way to write the previous term. Okay, so in English, this means the previous term. So to get any of these numbers, like if I wanted to get the next one here, I would have to look at the one before and add 18 because that was the pattern. The pattern here is we're increasing by 18. So in short, we're just putting in the first term here, which is 4, and down here we're just putting how much, we're just putting in how much this is changing by, and this is increasing by 18. Okay. And that's it. This assignment isn't very difficult. But I think the challenging thing is understanding what this notation means. This means that they're asking for the first term, b of 1. Anytime you see that, they're asking for the first term of the sequence. And here they're saying to get any term, you have to get the previous term. So this means previous term. And then plus whatever it's going up by. If it was going down by, it'd be negative 18, right? Let's see one more. This one's increasing by 16, so I know that's going to go here. And the first term is 14. Should be good. Next. Okay. Now look at this. Oh, this is going down. This went down by 13. So actually, I'm going to put negative 13 here. And my first term is 8. Okay. So again, when it's going down, you put a negative. Here, this is going up. I know it's kind of tricky to tell with the first two, but if I look at the last two, I can easily see that it's increasing by 9. It's the same pattern each time, and then my first number is negative 17. My first term in the sequence is negative 17. And that's it. Okay, so hopefully that's a fun first assignment for the unit on series. Let me know if you have any questions by sending me a message on Schoology. Okay? Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.